politician here in America. So that's what I can say for now. Thank you so much.
Okay, tell us a little bit about your political exploits. How far did you rise as a politician in America? And how easy was it for you as an African American and then a Nigerian to attain what you were able to attain in American politics?
Okay, thanks so much, Daddy Freeze. Okay, being an African and America, and also from the continent of Africa, here in America, you can see that black people here, because of their skin of their color, they find it very, very difficult at times. And right now, I've run for the governor of California twice. 2014, I ran against Jerry Brown, which was he was an incumbent governor of California. And also in 2018, I ran also with Gavin Newsom, which is the current governor of California. That was in 2018. And right now, I'm going for the United States Senate to replace Dianne Feinstein. Because Dianne Feinstein right now, she's around 89 years old. She'll be 90 by July. I think so, yes. So she's already not going for the re-election for 2024. And by God's grace, I'll be the next senator from California in Washington. So
you'll be the next senator from California in Washington, D.C.?
Correct. Next year, by God's grace.
Okay. Have you ever been a mayor before?
Mayor before? No. That time, that was in Orlando, Florida. I ran for the mayor of Orange County, Orlando, Florida. That was 2009. 2009, yes.
Okay. We're so proud of you. Now, the topic today is Nigerian politics versus American politics. Is there a difference? What are the pluses and the minuses of being a politician in America with regard, or as against being a politician in Nigeria? And how has your experience been so far? And the just concluded elections in Nigeria that consequently led to the swearing in of Asiwaju Bola Ahmed Tinubu as our new president. What is your take on that, sir?
Thanks so much. I can say that politics in America and also in Nigeria, they are totally different. Totally different. Here in America, any candidate running for office, he or she must not have any skeleton at all in his or her cupboard at all. You be well vetted, very well. So if there's an element of skeleton in your cupboard, do not venture to contest for election here in America, because
by skeleton in your cupboard, what do you mean? Give us an example of what you consider skeleton in your cupboard.
Okay, meaning that if you have traces of maybe fraud, or maybe you have cheated before, anything whatsoever that that is not in a conformity with the rules and regulations straight down here in America, you'll be done for it. So there must not be any maybe cheating whatsoever, or maybe you have any fraudulent activities in your past. Do not venture at all to run for it.
Let me ask you, Biden didn't have a completely clean slate. Neither did Donald Trump. There were so many accusations against Donald Trump of all sorts of misconduct, but he still made it to the president of America. So let's talk about that.
Okay, thanks so much. Okay, thank you, Daddy Fish, for mentioning that. Okay, let's start with Donald Trump. You can see that here in America, there are no big wigs, or maybe you said you are a big wig. No.
Sorry, sir. I don't think. Sorry, hold on a second, sir. Please address how Donald Trump became president in the first place, despite all the issues.
Okay, thank you so much. You can see that prior to the Donald Trump presidency, you can see all the things that he has done before, like maybe opening of Donald Trump University, which is right now is still ongoing, because we have been told that there was a lot of fraud there. in the opening of Donald Trump University. So right now, that thing is still ongoing. It's still ongoing. That is a investigation into that. It's still ongoing. And you can see that also prior to that Donald Trump presidency, that was 2016, the Stormy Daniel case, that hush money of Stormy Daniel. You can see that afterwards, this year, to be precise, March 30th of this year, 2023, Donald Trump was indicted because of that hush money of Stormy Daniel. So you can see that he was indicted this year after his presidency. That was March 30th of this year. So you can see that here in America, there are no big wigs or anything at all. So that's what I say.
Okay, so what else do you see as a difference between the Nigerian style of politics and the American style?
Okay, thanks so much.
Aside from the fact that it does not have any skeletons, let's talk about the electoral process. Can a poor man become president in America? For instance, in Nigeria, you have to either be part of the cabal or you have to have grown.
Okay, now.
And there is this whole notion of this recycling of our politicians in Nigeria. Is it like that in America too?
No, it's not like that at all. It's not like that. Here in America, even if you don't have money, you can contest. Not that you must be a billionaire, you must be a millionaire to contest for election in America. No. Once you can follow the rules and regulations, that the monetary aspect is out of it. That is, you may not have maybe you have $1,000, that also work. No. So far you are very honest, and they can dig down your past, and you are very good to go. Not as if that you must have money. No. But if you see what is happening in Nigeria, okay, let's say for instance that presidential election in Nigeria of February 25th of this year, you can see that that freeze the lady that the U.S. sent to Nigeria, that is Stacey Abrams of Georgia, being a international observer. All our findings is not good at all. That freeze, all our findings. But
that's how elections have been in Nigeria from the beginning. There's no election in Nigeria that they said was free and fair. Can you mention one election?
But me and you, that the fees, we must not fold our arms and things like that will be going on forever. No, we must stop it henceforth because it's not good. Okay, will you believe right now that the fees, our man, Alaji, Bola Tinubu, he has been the president of Nigeria now for the past 2 or 3 weeks now. He should have showed the world all his financial disclosure. That is, he must be very transparent, and that transparency he should have shown to the world by disclosing all his financial disclosure. That is, everything about his money we should have known it by now, so that we should know, okay, our Nigerian president Bola Tinubu, when he was came into office, this is how his financial something was here. But right now that I'm talking to you now, nothing like that has happened. Not like that. We don't know his financial status. We do not know his financial status up to now, which is supposed not to be.
Yes. All right, all right. If you're watching on YouTube, remember to send super chats. If you're watching on TikTok, double click the screen, share the video, and send my money guns. I'm looking for my number one gifter on TikTok. My number one gifter is Innocent. Innocent, big shout out to you. Thank you so much. Double click the screen, share the video if you're watching on TikTok. Now, let's discuss your political CV. How did you join politics? How did you rise to the level you are at? And where are you aiming to go with Nigeria, within the American political system? Now, a quick question though. As a Nigerian, what were the impediments? What slowed you down, or what could you consider the fact that you're an African or a Nigerian, your accent, did any of these work against you? Where were you educated? Were you educated in Nigeria or in the US? And how did that affect you as a politician abroad? Also, are you a Democrat or a Republican?
Okay, let me start with that. I'm a Democrat. And I started the politics in America in the year 2009, when that was the time when this Nigerian Hausa boy under bomber want to bomb the plane in America. That was the time that I ran for the mayor of Orange County, Orlando, Florida. And during that time, the FBI, the CIA, they said, nothing good can come from Nigeria. Why? Because that thing was boiling now, boiling then. That Hausa boy that wanted to burn the plane. That plane. That was the period.
His name was Mutalab.
Correct. That was the period. I was running for the mayor of Orange County, Orlando, Florida, and the FBI, the CIA, they vetted me, double vetted everything, and that was the time one lady called Mildred Fernandez. She was the incumbent commissioner then at Orange County, Orlando, Florida. She wanted to metamorphose to mayor, and she was taking bribe. She was taking bribe from all the, and then I arrested her, and she was jailed. It was just for 18 months. 18 months. So you can see that whether you are a woman or a man, once you committed a fraud here in America, being a politician, you have to go to jail. Okay, let me tell you again, example again. Do you know Reverend Jesse Jackson Jr. Up to now, himself and his wife, up to now, they are in jail now, because they are collecting money, political money, and they are using to buy memorabilia, Michael Jackson memorabilia or something, and that was not in line with politics. So Reverend Jesse Jackson Jr. and his wife was jailed. So right now they are still in jail now. Right now, and also, if you can recollect vividly well, during Obama, when Obama came to power, the seat that Obama vacated at Chicago, in North Chicago, the governor then, that's Rod Blagojevic, was ahead. He was arrested because he was trying to sell Obama's seat. He was arrested, and he was jailed for about right now it's about 14 years. Was jailed 2010. So right now he's still in jail because the jail of 14 years imprisonment. So Rod Blagojevic will be out next year after he was jailed since 2010. See, so all this will tell you that if you are a politician here in America, you must be very careful. You must run away from money and also from women if you are a man.
Which is where Nigeria is going to get to eventually, but it's a long journey. As long as Nigeria is embedded in corruption, we will continue the way we're going. It's sad that we have the crop of leaders we have, But it's also sad that we have the crop of followers we have. If you think that the leaders are bad, how old is that EFCC chairman that we're watching one report that they said spent $300,000?
See?
And that's a young man. So I don't understand that. Of course, he's not been tried. I'm just reading what we saw in the news. How do we move away from this?
Okay, that is good to believe. Right now, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, right now, he is trying, but the people that is that is appointed to his cabinet, they are all these old people, which supposed not to be. He should try to appoint new people that are very good.
Sorry, let me tackle you. Biden is an old man. Biden is 76. So how old is Biden now?
No, I'm talking about Tinubu. That is people that is appointed to his cabinet.
Not
what
I'm saying is, even in America, you are surrounded by old people. Biden is not young.
No, okay, Biden is not young, but if you look at closely, all the people in the Biden's cabinet, they are maybe 50. Look at this, baby. Apart from Biden, you can see people. Okay, like a minister of what's called it, transportation. I forgot his name again. They are all young people. That is the people that Joe Biden appointed to his cabinet. They are all young people, vibrant people. Yes. So let me go back to the again.
Okay, so you are more concerned about the age of the people surrounding His Excellency President Bola Ahmed Tinubu as against his personal age.
Correct. And that it should make away with all these old politicians. That it can choose so many people, because we in Nigeria, we have so many talented people from Yoruba land, from Igbo land, from outside, very talented people that it can choose from. Okay, let me give you an example. Right now, INEC chairman should be fired right now, and also because ladies, women all over the world, Bola Ahmed Tinubu can choose. Let me give an example. Like barrister Dr. Janet Fashakin, she can actually do it very well as a new INEC chairman for Nigeria. Her name again is barrister Dr. Mrs. Janet Fashakin. She's very good, and I try like that be giving Bola Ahmed to so many people like that are very good. So we need good and vibrant people that can occupy all these ministerial appointments. Like right now, Dr. Ruben Abati. He has already during Jonathan. He has already, but he's very good. Dr. Ruben Abati can be the governor of CBN. I'm just giving you an example. Okay, like my friend Fido finished from University of Lagos. Fidelis Auditor is a son. Fidelis Auditor is a son. He can be the Attorney General of the Federation. His name again is Fidelis Auditor. Is a son from Nigeria. He was formerly Queen's Counsel before. So that man can be the Attorney General of the Federation. So I can start to name names that are very good. So President Bola Ahmed Tinubu should please make away with all these old politicians that what they want is corruption. So we need we need good hands in Nigeria. Good hands. Yes, good hands.
Okay. I want to ask a question from you, sir. What are the possibilities of you emerging in the American Senate if you were not able to become governor of California? And tell us why you were not able to become governor of California.
Okay. Thank you so much. Okay, let me start when I first ran for the governor, that was 2014. You can know that Jerry Brown, he has been a governor of California even far back 1973. 1973, yes, two times governor of California. 1973. Then after some time, he now reemerges and the governor of California again. So people are knowing very well, and also he spent a lot of money. So a lot of money. He spent close to $400 million.
But I thought you just said that you don't need money for American elections.
No, money. That is people can contribute to you, but not that maybe you must be a millionaire. No, that was different. That is, you yourself must be a millionaire. Or that is, people can contribute money to you bit by bit. That is not that you yourself as an individual you must be a millionaire or billionaire before you can run. So that one already answered your own question. That is, you yourself as an individual, you must not be necessarily mean that you must be a millionaire or a billionaire before you can run for the election. No, people can contribute to you bit by bit. So that's the difference.
That makes a lot of sense. So you were answering, why didn't you become the governor of California? What were the impediments? What held you back?
Okay, good. Okay, as I said, because of my skin color, because if you look at what Barack Obama went through before he can become the president of America, that was why during that time, people like Oprah Winfrey, people like Reverend Jesse Jackson Senior, people like Ashafti, they all wept because what is going on, being a black man in America, that the freeze is not easy. Okay, let me give you an example. Do you know May 25th of 2020, that the freeze? What happened? May 25th of 2020. That was the time of a knee on the neck of a George Floyd. George Floyd was killed May 25th of 2020. Could you
yes,
believe?
Sir, I'm aware.
Yeah. Could you believe right now that the freeze, up to now, Joe Biden, he has refused to sign anti-black hate crime bill. Anti-black hate crime bill has not been signed up to now. So that will show you that all the black people in America right now, they are not a human being. Right now, they still remain a property up to now. Because anti-black hate crime bill has not been signed. You see. So what stopped them from signing that? So that will show you that anybody with a dark skin, black skin, has so many difficulty. I'm telling you. See, whereas that the freeze, if you can recollect really well, in 2021, when Chinese people here in America, they are being brutalized, immediately they signed the anti-Asian hate crime bill was signed, putting away the brutality of the Chinese people in America. But right now, that the freeze, as I'm talking to you now, anti-black hate crime bill has not been signed. You see, Joe Biden has not signed it. So that will show you that right now, all the black people in America, right now, as I speak, they are not a human being up to now. They're still a property up to now, property. So if you can use that, people like me that are now running for offices, we are just, in fact, it's just by the grace of God. It's true, grace of God. Grace of God. Because once they do not recognize you as a human being, they only recognize you as a property. Then what else do you need? That is freeze. So me and other people, we are just trying. That was why again, when they go back to Obama, when Obama won that thing miraculously, people don't believe it at all. Oprah Winfrey shed tears. I'm telling you, she said, wow. I'm telling you, they don't believe it. So that will speak only for you. So running for office in America here is in fact very difficult. Because once they don't recognize you as human being, in fact, that was already, I'm telling you. You see? So, so a lot of difficulty, yes, being black. Because what stops them? That is, what stops them from signing anti-black hate crime bill? Has not been signed. Has not been signed by Joe Biden. You see, since May 25th of 2020, when George Floyd was killed. You see, problem. You see.
All right. I have a few people who would like to ask you some questions. I hope I can still find them here. So we can do this. I'm so sorry. I'm a bit tired. You know, it took us so long to get live. Okay. Ayodeji Bakare. Let me see if I can bring him on to ask a few questions. What do you think is the future of Nigerian? Okay, we've got Ayodeji Bakare with us right now. Ayodeji, how are you doing?
Daddy Freeze, they are calling you by my government name. Yeah.
Oh yeah, Bongoli, how are you doing?
Bongoli is fine. Bongoli is doing fine. Good day, sir. Good day, sir. Good day, honorable. Good day, sir. How are you doing, sir?
Yeah, God bless you. God bless you.
Yes, sir. Daddy Freeze, okay, what is it to Daddy Freeze? I'm sorry, I can't show my face. Quick one, sir. What is it, sir?
No, you. I thought you had some questions because I saw you typing, so I was like, okay.
My questions are that I don't know if our honorable here is really conversant with what is actually going on in the Ashwaju regime, because today there were about 8 special advisors that were published, and I think 2 or 3 out of them, for a fact, are people that are under the age of 50. There's this lady that works, I think, here in the US or something. That lady should be in her early 40s, and she's the special advisor on, I think it's the oil and gas. And I think there's another young man there. He was a former commissioner for finance in Oyo State. He was a graduate, first-class graduate at, I think, OAU, Obafemi Awolowo University. And then you have like veterans like Nuhu Ribadu, who is the special advisor on security. Everybody knows Nuhu Ribadu has almost a stainless track record. He rose up to the ranks of DIG, I think DIG in the Nigerian police force. And then you had one of our Igbo brothers, I don't know his name, I think John Ogochukwu or something, is into trade and all of that. And then you have a lot of huge achievers. You have Dele Alaki. Dele Alaki has been with the Lagos state government since 1999. He has a very, very strong track record. What about Wale Edun? Wale Edun, that man on monetary policies, man, Nigeria is going places as regards our forex, as regards our currency, stability of our currency, as regards foreign direct investments, as regards foreign portfolio investments. Just Google who Wale Edun is. Those are the people that turned Lagos State around. So when I listen to my honorable here speaking about old, bringing fresh blood and young people, sir, Ashwaju works with young people. Oh. If you do not know Ashwaju works with young people.
Okay.
He works with very, very, very young people. I'm not here to come and start up. I'm not here to because it's not your regular type of politician, sir. Respectfully, and to people watching us, Ashwaju is not your regular type of politician. He looks for talent. He harnesses talent, very young people at a very young age, and he begins to groom them.
Okay.
So there are some people here on this live that go ahead, sir.
Okay, thanks so much. In fact, let me back you up. What you are saying is very good. At least I've known Bola Tinubu now since 1999. Even that time, Bola Tinubu, when he was governor of Lagos State, he even put into the cabinet my good friend. That is Yemi Banire. We call it Omomushi Banire. Banire was his son now, son. Banire, that's Muazu Banire.
Muiz Banire.
Yes, correct.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, correct. Yeah, Banire was my good friend, was my childhood good friend. And that now, it was during that time that Tinubu just put a Banire from University of Lagos. Yeah, come and be the Minister, Commissioner for transport. So Tinubu is very good, but what I'm saying is that Tinubu should please just put into his cabinet, surround him with good and fervent people, which Nigerian people we are very talented. Be it from Yoruba, from Igbo, from Hausa, we are very talented. So that's what I'm saying. Tinubu should please keep it up, and also he should not forget people from diaspora. And as I mentioned earlier on, I said that INEC chairman should be changed immediately. And I was sorry that people like at least women too supposed to be in President Bola Tinubu's cabinet. So I've already forwarded barrister Dr. Mrs. Janet Fashakin should be the next INEC chairman, at least as a woman. Yes. So Mahmoud Yakubu should be fired immediately.
With all due respect, sir, do you understand the rules of engagement as to how these people get nominated? Because you just say that they should just bring somebody and put the person as INEC chairman. As a person been working under INEC, do we understand, because there are hierarchies and cadres? For example, look at Abdul Rashid Bawa, that was, that was suspended. There was a next in command that took charge. They didn't just go and bring anybody. Look at, what's his name? Sorry, Emefiele. When Emefiele was suspended, it was the next guy, the director of operations of the CBN, that was put in there. In fact, they said the man was actually a mechanical engineer. And then he studied and did some programs here and there, and he's been there for a long haul. So when you make all these statements, or when people make these statements, it's like, do we really understand the rules of engagement? Do we really understand the protocols? And secondly, it is not about bringing in young people. It is about bringing in competent people.
Yes.
Okay, look at the kind of education we have. Look at the kind of education we have today in Nigeria. It is not as strong as it used to be in the past. So now you are saying bring in young people that may not be as competent as the old and seasoned people.
No. Wait, please stop. These people that I'm mentioning, they're very competent. Okay, let me give you an example. I said, listen, please. I said that like my good friend, we call him a nickname Fido. That's a Fidelis auditor. Fidelis auditor. The auditor can be Bola Tinubu's Attorney General. Fidelis auditor was a Queen's Counsel before. Queen's Counsel, and right now is a son. Is a son. I know him very well at the University of Lagos. His name again is Fidelis auditor. He can be the Attorney General for Bola Tinubu. So he's a very competent man. Okay, like a barrister Dr. Janet Fashakin. She is very competent, my brother. Very competent. I can't tell you, very competent. I'm telling you.
Sir.
Wait. Sorry. Sir. I just suggested that to Bola Tinubu. Not that I'm compelling him. No. I'm not compelling him. Just as an advice. And that was why I said what he did when he was governor of Lagos State. When he brought in my friend. Yemi Muazu Banire. Banire was my friend at the University of Lagos. So Bola Tinubu, when he was the governor of Lagos State, brought in Yemi Muazu Banire, alias Omomushi. You see?
Sir, you know something, sir. Before we even continue, I want to clear a certain impression, guys. I did not say that youth should not be brought in. In fact, the president we have currently is known to use youth, to bring youth on board more than any politician in the history of the Federal Republic of Nigeria is youth-oriented. I am more focused on competence. I am more focused on capacity. I am more focused on your intellectual ability. It is not about being young or being old. It is what do you have to offer.
Getting it wrong, my friend. I said, okay, listen, my friend, sorry.
No, not to you, sir. Not to you, sir. I'm trying to address people. I'm trying to address because I'm seeing comments and all of that. So I was just trying to address it like, yes, sir.
Hello, my friend. Because the two people are mentioned. Let me mention them again. Okay, like a Fidelis auditor. Right now, as I speak, Fidelis auditor is a son of Nigeria, son, and he has been a Queen's Counsel before, Queen's Counsel. So he is very competent to be the Attorney General for the Federation. Sir, his name again is.
Sir, when you use the word competence, I do not know this man, and I'm not trying to talk down on anybody. God sees my heart. But what is the key performance indicator of determining who is competent and who is not competent? Because I can actually say, oh, myself, Bongoli, I'm competent. Or someone can say, I'm competent. But there has to be a yardstick of comparison, or for comparison, to determine, this man is competent because he won 100 cases, he did this, he did that, and you compare it. That is it, sir.
I said, wait. Well, me, I don't like to waste my saliva most times. The word competency means that was why I said Fidelis auditor, right now is a son, and he has been a Queen's Counsel before, and I said he's very competent to be the Attorney General of the Federation of Nigeria. And it's true, I'm telling you, that competency is there for him. And also,
sir, you are a politician, right? I know you are a politician, but you also have to. I'm not saying you have to understand, but how this thing is run is such that if you are not close to power, they don't know you. Even if you are the most competent man on planet Earth, that
was why I am not recommending to him to Bola. I just want to help him out. That because we don't need all these old people, whether you are young politician or we don't need. We need a very good, vibrant politician, but very good, vibrant somebody. Not necessarily old and like now they put what's his name again? Akpabio there. Old people. I said so many people. That's their own cup of tea.
Sir, you see, that's another thing, sir. Sir, you are a politician. You should understand the reason why he had to be Senate President Godswill Obot Akpabio. The president is Muslim. The deputy, the vice president is a Muslim from the north. So it has to be from the south. And when you look at it, has to be from the south. And who is the ranking? Sir, hold on, sir. Sir, who is the ranking? Sir, who is the ranking senator? Because in the Senate, by common practice, global acceptable practices, it has to be a ranking senator. That means you've been there more than once.
I know. Wait.
Everything fell to Akpabio.
Wait. Me and
you need to understand, because you don't dispute like Akpabio something. There are some technicalities involved in these things now.
Wait. When Akpabio was the governor of Akwa Ibom State, please go and check him out. It's true.
No, he did very well. No, Akpabio did very well according to his people. His people speak well of him. Like during his 8 years, he speak well of him. I
can't dispute that. Okay, let's leave that. Okay, my counseling to Bola Tinubu just for him to use his discretion very well in appointing all his ministers. So that was what I would say. That is,
now let me say another thing. This is politics we are talking about, right? This is advanced level politics we are talking about. For special advisor roles, most of those roles goes to technocrats. Why for ministerial roles, they are mostly politicians. We need to understand all of these things. There are rules of engagement to these things.
Wait. We understand everything. Okay, what I'm saying.
I don't say ministers go and give this or give that. A minister, Wike can be Wike. I will not be surprised if Wike becomes a minister. I will not be surprised if Ganduje becomes a minister. I won't be surprised if El-Rufai becomes a minister, because they are politicians, and politicians will be able to push the agenda of the president in those agencies. and those ideas will be brought from the special advisors and other consultants and all of that. So the ministers are more like enforcers. There are a lot of dynamics and mechanics going on when it comes to politicking, sir. We are talking about the complex nation as Nigeria. I'm just being factual.
No,
I'm just being factual.
You are being factual, which is very good. But I was telling you, me as an international politician, I'm just trying to advise Bola Tinubu to use his discretion in appointing all these ministers. That's what I'm saying.
Oh, my nemesis is here. My kryptonite is here. Femi, okay, what is it? Good evening, no. Say whatever you want to say. My enemy. My enemy. Yeah,
how are you?
My enemy. How are you? I'm fine, my enemy. I'm fine, my enemy. Yeah, attack me.
Honestly, I've listened to the debate so far, and it's quite interesting, to be sincere with you. Honestly, I listened to both sides, and the funny thing is, the man has been saying the truth, just that there is a slight difference between Nigerian politics and American politics. Yeah, I agree with Bongoli partially that appointment, be it political or non-political appointment in Nigeria, is all about who has been in the system before now. And there are some things that if you don't actually contribute to the current movement, you may not be privileged to actually get that appointment. That is just the bitter truth about Nigerian politics. But why I supported the man talking about the appointment of youth is that honestly, I've studied the appointment of Asiwaju from day one to this moment. I cannot find at least 2 youths in that particular appointment, showing that when these governments, whenever they need people at the grassroots to canvass voters for them, they know that youth are existing. But when there is need to put people in government to at least represent the youth, that is that time they've forgotten that youth exists. Now, Bongoli, you raise an argument which I will not actually support. You said that the Nigerian education system has been depreciating for a while, and because of that, we cannot really depend on the youth appointment. No, you are completely wrong.
No. Femi,
Number one,
Femi,
wait,
Femi,
hold on.
No, that's
hold
not,
on.
Femi, you know the context. You know the context of what, you know what I said. You just want to nail me. That's not what I meant. You know what I mean. You know. You want to just nail me. Come on.
You shall talk about Nigerian education, yes or no?
You know.
Did you talk about Nigerian education, yes or no?
No.
No, did you talk about Nigerian education?
You know the context. You know the context with what I.
All right, guys, can we see your face so that we can have a clear video? Can we see your face, Femi?
Okay, please give me 1 minute. Yeah, I'm going to show my face.
This is my face. This is my face. I'm at work. That's why.
I will show my face.
All right, so we're rounding off in 5 minutes. So, what are your prospects, sir, of becoming a senator in the United States of America? Do you think you can win this election? And has there been any election you have won so far in the United States of America? That's my own question.
Okay, so the election I'm going for now, that's for the Senate next year, and by God's grace, because we have to put God first. By God's grace, I know vividly well that I'm going to win it because right now people are not knowing very well, and they now support me. So that's what I'm just say that by God's grace, I'm going to be the next senator in California, representing California in Washington. So that's what I'm saying. Thanks so much. God bless you.
All right, so Femi, over to you.
All right. Yeah, I've listened to the man, and I really appreciate his input and the comparative analysis actually did between the Nigeria political system and the US political system. I agree with him that the system in Nigeria is actually different from the system abroad. But one thing there is that even though there are some people which have actually contested in United States and they never get to that position with clean hand. So there is one thing that is very what's it called? There is a connection between the Nigerian system and the American system, and that is not everyone are actually having this plain record. Almost every politician has skeleton in their cupboard, just that some are being alleged and some are actually accused and some eventually acquitted and some are found guilty of one or two offenses. It is just common to every politician, both in Nigeria and abroad. So, but to Bongoli, what is it called? To Bongoli argument, I would say that Asiwaju can actually appoint people based on competency and capacity, but it shouldn't be the normal game. It shouldn't be that whenever they need youth to actually do the normal campaign for them, the normal rally for them, it should not be that time they will remember the youth to get the job done. This is the time that Asiwaju can also go for government of inclusiveness. You should remember that there are youth that actually went to university in Nigeria. Some actually, after studying in Nigeria, they went abroad to further their study. They also pursued a professional certification and they came back home and are also in the sectors he has actually been appointing people. So I wouldn't accept Bongoli argument on the education system compared to the number of youth. What it should be done should be done. The youth are the future of Nigeria. It should start engaging them right now. For instance, if you appoint one minister today, he can, out of 10 ministers, he can just appoint like 3 youths out of them, and the remaining, they can be the older age people.
No.
So Bongoli,
Let me ask you a question. What makes our youth better than our older people?
Number one, innovative thinking. Number one, innovative thinking.
How innovative was the head of EFCC? He was very young.
No. That guy actually jumped some processes before he got there. He was not there. He did not actually follow the due protocol to get there. Based on influence.
That's a youth right there.
But he was not follow. He didn't follow the due process of appointment. We are talking about people that understand the system and can get there by the processes, not the one that just jump the steps and they get there. We always have such issue when even we have some of these elderly people in government that are also jump the processes and they also find one thing. The point here is that the youth, if they should be appointed, they should follow due process. If they can follow due process, of course, they will definitely perform and they will be of capacity.
All right. Thank you so much, Bongoli, and thank you so much, Femi. I'm going to wait for... Yes?
I have a parting statement. I have a parting statement. Everybody spoke now. Please, sir.
All right, go ahead.
Oh, Femi. Oh, it was Femi I wanted to face. Now,
okay.
There's a popular saying in the engineering world. They say you do not fix what is not broken. If a man is coming from Lagos and he works with a team like Wale Edun, like Dele Alaki, like Kadoso, that is the man that arranged our budgeting and planning in Lagos State to where it is today. And these guys are still around. Why would I now get to the apex job and then go and bring some other new people? You can add some new people as fresh blood and all of that, but I'll still keep those old heads there. Now, secondly, if you look at, like I said again, if you look at the special advisors list that was just released today, out of 3 out of the 8 out of them, because it was 8 people, 3 out of 8 are in their 40s. And when you look at their resume, they are somewhat accomplished people. Lastly, as regards the youth and education and the statement I made, what I'm saying here is it is not about how young or how old the person is. It is about how competent the person is. Daddy Freeze, unfortunately, the youth of nowadays in Nigeria, or let me even use the word some youth in Nigeria, Daddy Freeze, they are so distracted. Or let me use the word, we are so distracted. There are lots of distractions out there. So when you get in there and you see some little money, you're going to be spending it on different distractions. Distractions that the older people didn't have during their time. So my point here is, The man that we have as president today is the one that employs and works with youth the most in Nigeria. He is the one that works with youth the most in Nigeria. All we have to do is to support him like we've been doing. This man has only used 2 weeks that he failed.
Awesome, bro. Awesome, bro. I've been sitting down here for literally 2 hours trying to get this interview going. So I think this is as far as we can go with it. Thank you so much. What are your parting words, my dear brother, as we officially sign off, sir?
Okay, I will say that right now, Nigeria, we are so fortunate to have President Bola Tinubu there, and we just urge all of us to be praying for him so that he will use his discretion in appointing all the people in his cabinet very well. So that was it. Thanks so much.
All right, thank you so much for joining me. Do have yourself a blessed day, and I wish you good luck in the forthcoming elections.